children? What's the best way to rekindle the love between the spouses? How do I earn the respect of my parents? These are questions that come to everyone's mind. How can I better my relationship? And although there are many reasons for it, some of them specific, some of them general, one quality that we all have the ability to work on, and it can make a big difference in our relationship, is what in Arabic is known as husnul istima'. Husnul istima'. So in Arabic, there are two words that are generally used and associated with listening. One is sami'a. Sami'a means to listen. But in Arabic, there's a word with more emphasis. Istama'a. Istama'a means not only to listen, but to listen attentively. And in our relationships, one of the biggest weaknesses that each and every person, and I talk to myself first and foremost, is when I'm in a conversation, am I more interested in what the other person has to say, or am I waiting to speak myself so that person can hear me? So when we're talking to someone, we're always cutting the person, we're not letting the person finish, we're not listening attentively, I'm busy thinking about what I'm going to say next. The sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was always listening attentively and addressing the person accordingly. And more beautiful of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam was, unless there was urgency, he would never be the one to break off a conversation. Rather, the other person would say, Ya Rasulullah, I am done. And Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam would say, fine. So there's so many things we can do. For instance, with my child, I say, you know what, I don't feel that strength or that bond with my daughter or my son. So there are many things we can do. One thing we can do is when we speak to our children, instead of having a one-sided conversation, let us have a dialogue, a conversation. It's not a one-sided conversation, it's from both sides, where not only do I talk, but I listen. Not only do I listen attentively. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, أَلْقَ السَّمْعَ وَهُوَ شَهِيد. A person listens, وَهُوَ شَهِيد, and the person is present as well. So I'm talking to someone, it's very easy, I just pull up my phone and I'm saying, don't worry, I'm listening. Or the person is talking to me and I'm busy looking around, don't worry, I'm listening to you. Or even worse yet, the person is talking, I have no idea what the person is saying. I'm like, can you please repeat that again? I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. We should be able to give each person the importance as though that person's words are so precious. They're like gems coming out and I'm trying to grab them. I don't say, oh, he's not an important person. If I have agreed to engage in a conversation, then I should be willing to listen attentively. If I cannot engage in a conversation, I would start by saying, I'm sorry, I don't have time. Or, you know what, can we just speak quickly? But if I say, no, I have time, let's sit down, let's talk. And then I don't give the person the time that they deserve. With my spouse I'm speaking, with my son, my daughter, my brother, my parents, then that slowly is going to make the person lose trust in me. I'm talking, the person doesn't listen. I'm conversing, it's as though the person is deaf. I'm saying something, it's as though he's waiting to speak. I say something, I get cut. So what we can do to work on the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is listen attentively and then speak when it is our turn. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala inspire us to follow the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us among those people who listen attentively and give each person the attention that they deserve.